When I was a little kid, my first sewing project that my mom ever let me help out with was a patchwork denim quilt out of old jeans. The patchwork styles are really on trend right now. It reminded me of that. Then I took a look at the price tag. For men and women's, oh my God, it's over $100. Why? It's just chopped up clothes sewed back onto each other. And if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, I can do that. I can do that. Now, to prove that I'm serious, that anyone can do this with anything, we're gonna start with something not so cute. This is a dress, a tunic, a dress, a tunic. I'm not really sure. I got it from Goodwill. I liked the fabric, and we are going to turn this into something wearable with some patchworking. Now, when you're choosing what you're actually going to use for this project, really just, look into your closet, see if there's anything that you're not wearing. But here is the helpful hint. If you can find multiple shirts that are like the same style and the same size, that would be ideal. And the best part about patchwork is really you can go crazy and do whatever you want because there are no rules. I mean, no rules. Check this out. If they could do this and sell this for thousands of dollars, there's no rules. So instead of showing you exactly what you should do, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you 4 different techniques that you can use on a patchwork shirt. Yours is going to look completely different than mine, and that's great. So if you think mine's ugly, don't worry, because yours isn't gonna look anything like it. The first way to patchwork your clothes is to play around with the pockets. This is the first shortcut. All you do is take your seam ripper, slip it up through a thread or 2 until it starts to get a little bit loose, and just keep picking at it. Just keep picking at it. It's boring. Just keep snipping those threads carefully not to cut the shirt or the pocket. And surprise, there was a dye mark under my pocket. This may or may not be what you find. Remember, there's no rules, so you can leave that exposed and call it a day, or you can cover it up with the pocket from a different shirt. You could just even flip over the pocket and sew it on the wrong side out. And that is what I'm doing right here. Then I just seam ripped out a pocket from another shirt. I put it over the pocket on the other side. I pinned it. I ironed it down so it would be laying flat for a crisp finish. Then I sewed along the 2 sides and bottom, and that's it. It's a whole new look. Second way to patchwork your clothes is to switch up the sleeves. There are 2 different ways to do this. Let's start by switching the entire sleeve. Take your seam ripper and rip out the stitches along that seam that connects the sleeve to your shirt. Then do the exact same process on a sleeve from the same side of another shirt. This, I gotta tell you guys, is gonna work best with a shirt that's the same size and style as your base shirt. If your sleeves are not the same size, that is totally okay. I'm gonna show you another shortcut to DIY patchwork the sleeves in just a second. But for this one, here we go. Simply turn your shirt inside out. Put the sleeve inside the armhole like so. Be sure to match up both of the armpit seams on the bottom right there, just like I'm doing, to make sure it's in the right place. And then you're gonna pin along the raw edge. Take it to your sewing machine. Sew along that edge. Finish it off with a zigzag stitch. This is gonna make it so it doesn't fray and you're not gonna destroy your shirt if you wash it once. And then you have a new sleeve. Second method, which is best for sleeves that are not a similar size or style, is just to patch the lower half of the sleeve. All you have to do is take your sleeve and cut it where you want the patchwork to begin. Then for my patch, I just laid the pajama top sleeve flush with the sleeve that I cut from and cut the bottom of the pajama sleeve off where I thought it would blend nicely. Then you're gonna turn your shirt inside out and your pajama sleeve inside out. Slide the pajama sleeve over your inside out shirt sleeve like this. Then line up those raw edges, pin them together, sew a straight stitch along the raw edges, and then finish it with a zigzag stitch so that your edges will not fray too much. The third way, this one is so fun, is just to change up the collar. Now this is easier than it seems as long as you're using the same style of shirt or clothing garment and also the same size. That's really gonna make that collar fit perfectly. Let me show you what I mean. Simply take your seam ripper and snip the threads at just the upper part of the collar, like so. Once you rip out that entire seam, you should be able to slip out just that top part of the collar. Now we do the same thing and seam rip the upper part of the collar from a similar size of the same shirt. And just slip that out. Do a switcheroo, stuff the new collar in that open seam, get it lined up nicely, pin it, iron it down so everything is smooth, and then just stitch along the line that you just ripped out. So you can literally just follow the ghost line of threads that you just took out a second ago. This makes it super easy to stay on track. And if you're learning anything from this video so far, please hit the like button and tell me that this is valuable to you, and also consider subscribing. I do DIY content and thrifting content like this all of the time, and I would love to have you with me here on this YouTube channel. And comment and let me know what you think, because I love to hear from my viewers too. And the fourth way, honestly, this is probably the most friendly to people that don't know how to sew. Just change up the buttons. Just rip off the buttons off of an old shirt and put it onto your new one. Now, I went through quite the process making this shirt. I made some decisions, then I changed my mind, then I made another change, then I made another change. So I'm not gonna show you the entire process because honestly, it would get annoying and boring. So this is the final result. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think it's hideous, that's fine. I don't care, I'm not offended. This is my shirt. This is my piece of art. And if you think it's beautiful, let me know too. Once again, there's really no rules. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I'm just curious what you guys think about this whole patchwork craze that's come back. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you do have t-shirts that you want to make some kind of patchwork project with, well, have you considered making a patchwork t-shirt blanket? I have a tutorial for that. I'm gonna link that right here. You definitely should check it out. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.